I'm here at Vancouver's Fox Cabaret. Once upon a time, an adult theater. For over a decade now, it's been a very popular live music and entertainment venue. And one of the venue's staple monthly events is the 4x4. That's 4 bands, $4. Probably one of the more affordable music events you can go to in the city. 4 bands, $4 at the Fox Cabaret. Local music coordinator Adam Fink says its monthly local music showcase is cheaper than a drink.
Well, the initial idea behind it was there was a lot of nights in the city where it'd be a bunch of pretty new bands, and I would go out a lot and see a lot of bands, and I'd notice cover would be like $15 to $20, and that would turn people away from the door. Initially, if they wanted to come out and they didn't know what was happening.
Hey, which band are you going to come see? What would City use?
I don't remember. It's my friend's band.
Her friend's band.
Absolutely no idea what's going on here.
Okay, but you decide to walk in. Why?
Because we just passed it, so we're going to dinner, and we're like, oh, why not?
Especially if you weren't into the community and knew about the bands, you would see this. It would be gibberish to you on a sandwich board. And be like, I'm not going to pay $20 to maybe have something that I'm not really into.
The 4x4 has been putting bands on stage at the Fox for about 7 years and features all sorts of music. This bill started with a bluegrass band, the Lonesome Town Painters from East Vancouver. And some punk acts. Here's Floating Faces.
One of the initiatives behind it was to help create a sense of local community and culture, something that I think Vancouver lacks on a little bit, and it's not the fault of the artists or promoters or venues. It's just that there's very few venues, the scene is small, and so I found with 4x4 the nice thing is having these very different bands come out and play with each other. They become friends, the community gets a little bit bigger, it opens itself up, so it's not just hardcore bands or punk bands or metal bands or hip-hop bands in these small little scenes, but it's opening up to everyone altogether.
While every audience member can appreciate an affordable, inclusive event, the artists putting it on say they have a tough go of it in Vancouver, shouldering high costs and finding fewer and fewer places to play.
Vancouver specifically, it's the lack of live venues. There are not enough live venues and not enough places supporting live music.
And the venues are having trouble with money, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic and inflation. The 4x4 event, in more recent days, has been sponsored by a liquor company.
So the costs have gone up. And of course, staffing costs have gone up. Everything has gone up with inflation, and people are drinking less. And although that's healthy, it makes our business model more challenging, and we have to work on making some adaptations to make it work.
Stay tuned for the next part of our local music special, where we dig into working as a musician in Vancouver, operating a music venue in a tough economy, and how a changing audience connects with live music. In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.